have a habit of that, cutting and making everything shorter. So, and we are live. So welcome, Sandra. How are you? It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yes, great.
And we're both Sunshine Coast women leaders, and that is a really, really nice thing to like. It's quite humbling, actually, that we both reside on the Sunshine Coast, where we live and run our businesses. Now, I'm just going to introduce Sandra to you guys, but the reason that we have the Style, Health and Wellness webinar is that my expertise, I guess, if you like, is around style and coaching women around how to facilitate their wardrobes, so that if they need to know a little bit more about their bodies and what to wear for their body shapes, that type of thing, I can do that. But when it comes to health, Sandra's got the expertise that I don't have. So I bring these beautiful guest speakers on so that they can give us guidance around, you know, things that we can do for ourselves to help move us forward, or to help us in our day-to-day lives. So that's what it's about, females helping each other. The Resilient Females Leaders Group is a group that helps raise each other and inspire each other to be the best version of themselves. So thanks for being here, Sandra. And yeah, tell us a little bit about your story and where you're from and what you do. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I've got a PowerPoint actually, so I can put that on. But I am Sandra Chapman. I have a clinic in Caloundra, which is on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. It's a beautiful spot. I can walk down to the beach and put my feet in the salt water for a break. And I am a homeopath. I'm a Bowen therapist and an energy healer. I think that's about it there, and I can introduce a bit more about myself. I'll share my screen now.
Yeah, share your screen, Sandra.
Yeah.
How long have you been practicing? You've been practicing for quite some time, haven't you? You've been
yes. I qualified in 2008, but I was very long. I had a real estate agency for nearly 20 years. I was involved in real estate and had the agency in Toowong in Brisbane. So I did my studies over many years.
Time.
A long time it took me to get there, but I guess it all embedded itself a lot better. Can you hear it? I'm getting notifications all the time. I'm not sure if that's bothering
I'm not hearing any of that. So that's
okay.
fine. Yep, that's fine.
Yes, so 2008 I graduated and I sold the business in 2009 and started practicing with clients. Back then I worked from home mostly, down in Brisbane, and then we moved up to the Sunshine Coast and I worked from home here for a while, and just this year I opened up the clinic in Caloundra and have expanded, and it's going really well. So
isn't it just what you've done in such a short time?
Yeah,
it's really lovely to see, Sandra. Yeah,
thank you.
I love that you've grown that business and just moved on out to a standalone business because you were working from home, right? And
yes, yeah, and there's too many nice. I live on the water on a canal, lake here, and it's beautiful. And there were just so many distractions there, and it was very difficult to take it seriously. Working for me anyway.
About it, good on. Yeah. So share a little your PowerPoint now, if you like.
Yeah, sure. So I'll go into now. I hope this all works all right. So I'll go into share screen and then I'll bring the PowerPoint up.
Beautiful.
Okay, and there we go. Slideshow. Here we go. Why isn't that working? In the beginning, maybe. Ah, there we go. Is that working nicely for you?
Yep, we can see that.
Excellent. So this is what I do, Bowen therapy, homeopathy, and I also do what's called a raindrop technique. And that is a technique, a type of a massage using young living essential oils. And those oils have a very high frequency and work very well. And you get 100 and up to 140 drops of pure essential oil up and down the spine of your feet and your spine. So very therapeutic. Yeah. I have an advanced diploma of homeopathic medicine and applied science, a diploma of specialised Bowen therapy. I'm a member of the Bowen Association and of BOTEC, and a member of ANTA, which is the Australian Natural Therapy Association. I was born in New Zealand. These are just some flicks of me as a kid, and my father owned a scuba diving business, so I used to actually help train the scuba divers back then. And then I moved to Sydney, got married, had babies, got divorced, moved up to Brisbane, and my mother came over. This is us at the Sydney Opera House. We went and saw Carmen. So I'm the eldest of three girls.
Yep.
And then this is all my family here.
Gorgeous.
All the kids and my partner, we've been together for 20 years, so we have a combined family there of 5 children, and very multicultural, as you can see.
Yeah, awesome.
And my granddaughter's father is Sudanese, and then there's 2 more that are Indigenous fathers, and then the German side of us.
You are. My husband is Indigenous also. And
oh, right, okay.
I'm Italian, so we call ourselves the Wagarigines.
That's a good way to put it.
To that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, lovely. So I think the only Australian in all of us is that's my ex-husband, so we all get along really well. And then my stepdaughter. Yeah. No, not stepdaughter, daughter-in-law there. She's Australian. They're Australian.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Just some more of the kids. That's my granddaughter there doing dancing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My little grandson playing the ukulele.
And is this the new grandchild, the little one? Is this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, he's just turned 1 now. Got curly hair and really responding. So they will respond well, obviously, to Bowen and homeopathic medicine. So they love it all.
Yeah. Beautiful technique.
And so does the dog. He loves his Bowens, and as we've got a cat as well. I treat them all with homeopathic.
Beautiful.
So just some more there. Well, before I had the clinic, I used to paint in my spare time. That was one of my distractions.
Yeah.
So it's just some of my paintings.
I love the gorge that you've painted there. That's pretty
spectacular.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! I've painted.
It's super sensitive, Sandra.
Yeah. Don't know what I did. All right.
Get down.
Okay. Well, we'll flick across.
Yeah.
So this is lovely. All the work I do is to do with energy. The Bowen, the homeopathy, and the essential oils really work with the energetic frequencies of our bodies. Yep. So if I read this out, the inner voice, it's beautiful what was written here. Yep. We start off life as 2 cells that multiply to 75 to 100 trillion cells that make up our body. Each cell is dedicated to our self-preservation, and there is no ulterior motive. Their sole purpose is enabling us to have the longest, the healthiest, and the relatively pain-free life we can, giving us the best possible quality of life. Self-preservation is our body's prime objective, and our cells will go to great lengths to make us listen, often resulting in pain to get our attention. Unfortunately, our ability to listen to these subtle messages is often overlooked, and the messages are not heard, or we choose to ignore that little voice in our head. So listen to your cells. Their sole purpose is dedicated to you, your well-being and longevity. Wow. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. I actually run a meditation, and I talk about energizing the cells when we
Yes.
open the chakra. So we
Mm.
open the chakra, allow that light in, and then try to move that and shift that energy that's
Yes.
maybe blocked. So yeah,
That's right. It's amazing what we can do with our mind in our bodies, and even with homeopathics, for instance, how we go very, very deep into right back to in vitro when the body's even in the womb, and even back to your ancestors that you know of, and your great grandparents or your grandparents, to see a common thread through there, because all of that memory is in our cells.
it's beautiful. Yeah,
So
really.
we work with all of that. So the Bowen therapy, it influences our cells in such a subtle yet profound way by facilitating a gentle yet slightly conflicting message into the tissues. And the message that moves across the tissue alerts the body that there has been a change in tissue direction, tension, and perception. And this initiates a reset response and integrates the information into the cells that is then communicated throughout the body via the fascial network at lightning speed to create a response in the effector organs. So what happens in a Bowen session, that we do a series of four or six moves, and then we wait 2 minutes minimum. And that wait is for the message from where the moves were made on the body to go up into the brain, and then to come back down and to release those areas and send messages throughout the body where it needs to go. And that's all done through the fascia tissue.
Yeah.
So this picture just beforehand, it was all the nerve synapses in the fascia tissue, how they spark when we do the correct moves. And it's quite it's a learnt technique. It's not just something anyone can do. You really have to feel it through your fingers.
It's a vibrational thing, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So the human body is a miracle and should be treated as such. And Bowen therapy respects this miracle, helping to enhance a unique healing response. Once again, listen to your cells. They serve you well.
They do.
So homeopathic medicine, my passion. And a lot of people have heard about homeopathy. I've actually got a meet-up next week happening on the 17th.
Okay.
And it's going to go into homeopathy in a little more detail, just explaining how it works.
Yeah.
A lot of people have heard about it, but have got absolutely no idea how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's an effective and a scientific system of healing which assists the natural tendency of the body to heal itself. People who are into quantum physics have a much easier understanding of homeopathy than most of us. So it recognises that all symptoms of ill health are expressions of disharmony within the whole person, and that it is the patient who needs the treatment and not the disease. So what that means is in orthodox medicine, they will just treat the disease. So they'll have a medicine for diabetes, for instance, or they'll have a medicine for depression, and they'll try 1, 2, or 3 things. But as I said, with homeopathy, we treat a whole lot of things that are all brought together. And it's the way, it's foods that you like, it's sensitivities to things, it's ancestral stuff, or your family history of things. It's what's going on in your life at the moment. It's the weird, strange things that's happening. Some people like to drink icy cold water. Some people have to have it room temperature, and all of those things are collated together and come to a medicine.
Yeah, it's really interesting, Sandy, because I was having this conversation today around my health and how I have an autoimmune disease, and I came to that, when I was in my 40s. I suffered a lot of I guess, anger, grief, trauma when my daughter was born, and I never actually got it out. So it always just bottled up, and it ended up making me sick.
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, I was treated for that disease, and was quite well. And I went to the doctors for help for I was breathless. I was a little bit breathless. And instead of saying, have a look at what you're eating, maybe your diet, maybe your fitness levels, all of that type of thing, I was given a puffer, which is a serotype.
Yeah, Ventolin thing. Yeah, Becadine.
I was given that serotype. The thing is, when I was prescribed that, the side effect from the serotype negated my thyroxine medication. So it actually, negated it completely, to the point where I was having massive heart palpitations from not having enough adrenaline. So this went on for about 2 or 3 months. Anyway, I kept calling the ambulance, because I couldn't actually, when it started, these palpitations, I couldn't stop it. They were just coming out of my heart. So I went to the doctors, a private doctor, a public doctor. They prescribed Lipitor. So Lipitor was one of these ones that was removed from the market because of all the side effects. I had every side effect, because I'm super sensitive to medications because of the liver. And I went on a big spiral of depleting my body of salts from not having any food. So it just goes to show that, and I'm really, really, really careful now with what I put in my body. But other doctors prescribe for one symptom. They don't actually look at the body holistically, like the whole body. And I was so surprised that happened to me. But then I was going through menopause, same thing. I said, I'm going through anxiety. I've got this really bad flight. They prescribed the pill, which is another thing.
Just one moment.
Oh my goodness. So no third time lucky for me. I just went, sorry, I'm going to look at Dr. Google. So we'll come to my homeopath, because it's just incredible how they treat just one symptom. And
that's right. And they, but also, unfortunately for doctors, they have to cover themselves legally. So they have to prescribe all this stuff just to cover themselves and make sure, that they can prove. I'm just going to mute for 1 second. I won't be a minute.
So we've got, this is what happens when you, have a live interview of some type. Lots of things happen.
Yes.
So we're back now.
So what's happened?
You just flicked over quite a few, Sandra.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Hold on, we'll get to where we were.
Just one more, I think it is.
We're up to homeopathy.
Yeah.
And slideshow. I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, good on you.
Yeah. So homeopathy in 1796, a German doctor, Samuel Hahnemann, he discovered a different approach to the cure of the sick, which he called homeopathy. And that's from the Greek words meaning similar and suffering. And like Hippocrates, 2,000 years earlier, he realized that there were two ways of treating ill health, the way of the opposites and the way of similars. So Hippocrates actually had already discovered this. And Hahnemann was asked to transcribe Hippocrates' writings and everything into German. So that's he was a doctor, Hahnemann, and he didn't like the way they were treating people at the time, because that was when they were bleeding people and doing all sorts of terrible things. And he didn't.
Things.
Yes, so with your symptoms, Lucia, you definitely could do with some homeopathics to help you along the way.
Yeah, well, that is the thing that I found. Changing my diet has definitely altered a lot of my symptoms. It's never going to go away, of course, but yeah, just being really, really mindful of my diet and my stress levels, stress and the autoimmune really. It's almost like a trigger for the disharmony in your body. So I always maintain a fairly, I guess, balanced getting outside in fresh air, being okay with where I'm at. Work can be a bit stressful sometimes, when you're in front of the camera all the time. So I make a real, I guess, concerted effort not to be on over the weekends if I can help it. All of those things that give me a break from being in front of the computer. And getting outside in the fresh air and sunshine. Sunshine is amazing for liver health.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I do that a lot. So, yeah, garden and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the fresh air. That's right. Well, it sounds like you've got a handle on all of those things.
Getting there.
So we just need to go in there and look after the deeper things.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple of things that I think probably need to have a chat with you around, Sam.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Look forward to it.
21 now, just a few releases, I think.
So when I'm sharing my screen like this, can you see the little box with you and me in the middle, or is it?
I can't see that. So.
Oh, good. Okay, so I can move it around.
Yeah, not really.
Right. So a little more about homeopathic medicine. As I said, it's a little bit similar to, they've just discovered nanotechnology, which nanotechnology works on the same, but they have reduced, and they're using a vibrational frequency now as well to heal. So homeopathy is all about the law of similars. So if you take, for example, a case of insomnia, and the way of opposites in conventional medicine or allopathy is to treat this by giving a drug to bring on an artificial sleep. And it's to treat this by, I said that. And this frequently involves the use of large or regular doses of drugs, which can sometimes cause side effects or addiction. The way of similars, the homeopathic way, is to give a patient a minute dose of a substance such as coffee, which in large doses causes sleeplessness, and in a healthy person, causes sleeplessness in a healthy person. So if someone's really healthy and can be a little bit sensitive to coffee, and they drink it in the afternoon and maybe have 2 or 3 cups in the afternoon, they're just like buzzing all night. There's no way they can get to sleep. And sometimes it can help the patient too to sleep naturally. Like coffee can calm you for a while and calm you down before it buzzes you. So homeopathic remedies, they can't cause side effects, and you can't become addicted to them. So that's really good. And this is only a very minute amount of the active ingredient is used in a specially prepared form. Just seeing.
It's interesting when you talk about coffee, because when I was, talking about coffee to my doctor when I was going through all of this stuff, they didn't stop me from drinking coffee or advise me that, it might have a detrimental effect to, the organ. And I actually don't. I drink 1 cup of coffee now, but it's I no longer drink instant coffee. I drink a brewed coffee, and I've got a little like Turkish cup, and I have that in the morning. That's the only thing I have now. I don't have any coffee during the day. I have peppermint teas or tea of some sort, and it's surprising how much I've noticed that my liver doesn't get agitated anymore.
That's good.
I could really feel the sensitivity in the drink because I am so super sensitive.
I know, that's right. if I have it in the afternoon, I have trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
And I'm the same, and I really look forward to that 1 cup till around morning tea time. That's
Yeah.
when I like to have my coffee.
Yeah.
And yeah, organic brewed.
Mm.
Well, coffee is one of our main sleep remedies, actually. So it's called coffea, and it's potentized down. So homeopathic medicines are called what's potentized. So you take the coffee's ground, and they may triturate that in sucrose, and then it's diluted and diluted and diluted, and also it is what's called triturated. So it's banged
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time
Almost
to, yeah,
melted
and
as a melody.
yeah, and each time that has done, it raises the vibrational energy of the frequency of the medicine, and then it's you take a few grains of that or a drop of that if it's done in water and alcohol. You take a drop of that and then put it into another 10 ml test tube, and then you do the same, and you
Wow.
triturate it or succuss it. And then it's done 100 times, or it could be 1,000 times that drop is put in. So it's diluted down to, excuse me, so there is absolutely no evidence of the substance, the initial substance. What is there, though, is the vibrational memory of this substance.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and now, thank God, scientists can measure that
Yeah.
in water, and they have come to the conclusion that water does have a memory.
Yes.
And there's the Japanese guy, I forgot his name, but he did this lovely musical thing, and there's a book, and he played music with water, and then did through a microscope and saw each cell of the water. Oh, I could do some water. each atom of the water was these beautiful different shaped crystals. Yeah, they were lovely.
Yeah. Wow. Do you want to get a water, Sandy?
Oh, it should go. So I have homeopathic first aid kits that I can sell. They go from a small travel kit up to a large kit. So they go up to about $200 for the large kit. And I'm putting together a homeopathic first aid course that will go along with that. So that should be available in around May next year.
Beautiful.
Online, I'll have that. Yes, it is my hope to get as many people as I can using homeopathy in the home, so that they have something to grab if they've got a cough or a cold coming on. You know, like if you start feeling the flu coming on, you can take gelsemium, and that often can ease those symptoms. And your body's able to kick it a lot faster, get rid of it. So the other thing I do is a raindrop technique. So much more than a massage, and imagine.
Sounds beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
And like I have a lady, she comes every week for it. She has had breast cancer, and she's decided that she needs to really look after herself. And she actually alternates. One week she has a Bowen, and the next week she has a raindrop. And she had a raindrop the other day, and she just came out and sat there, and she said, "Oh God, it is so relaxing. You feel so relaxed after." And it's quite different to a usual massage. So it's just on the feet and then on the back.
Right.
It's not up your legs, and you don't turn over. But the essential oils, they go deep down into your body, and your body takes what it needs, and it takes them to whatever organs require the oils. So the oils that we use are oregano, thyme, cypress, basil. I might miss out one. Wintergreen, a blend called Aroma Ease, a blend called Vela, which is beautiful for balance, peppermint, marjoram.
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of oils there. There's
Oh yeah,
good
the oils cost me around $35–40, just
just
me wholesale. What I put on the body.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's
So
interesting.
it
Right.
is amazing. So yeah, as I've written there, imagine the sensation of sinking into a deep and blissful state of rest as someone does the ancient Tibetan version of reflexology on your feet. And as you slowly and even reluctantly come back to your body and roll over, you experience the gentle splashes as therapeutic grade essential oils are applied up your spine and to your tired muscles. These oils are then feathered in using a spine feathering technique inspired by the Native Americans, combined with massage, and you can't get more pampered than this. The oils also are dropped about 6 inches above the body, and the reason for this is that so they pick up your aura on the way through. So once the oil hits your body, it's picked up your own personal aura,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so
Massaged in. Yeah.
yeah, it is a lovely technique.
Sounds really relaxing, Sandra.
It is, and I enjoy it too. It's really, I mean, unfortunately, I don't get any raindrops, but I absorb the oils through my hand, so
Yes. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
helps me as well. That's probably just repeating it. But down the bottom, it's
So, what are unadulterated essential oils? That um, because I use a different brand of oil.
hmm.
What's the difference between unadulterated and essential oil?
Well, a lot of the really cheap ones are, I don't know, you might be talking about doTERRA, which is one, they're fairly good, doTERRA, but I wouldn't use them on the raindrop because I trust raindrop and I know this
The
technique has been invented by Gary Young of Young Living,
living, yeah,
and yeah, and I know that a naturopath actually I met recently, he tested the oils and tested it against
yeah,
those others and also other ones, and there was a big difference between the energetic frequency of the raindrop
that
of
is,
the Young Living.
yeah. So
Yeah, and so because with this particular massage, there are so many oils, and that's a lot of oil to put in the body. You really have to trust what you're putting on.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's not that I don't know if you use the other ones. I just don't want to risk it.
yeah.
I don't want to.
Just saying, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Just sounds beautiful.
so unadulterated. So an adulterated oil means that they will mix it with a good quality and then a bad quality, and they'll mix them together to bulk it up.
Yeah,
Um, and they haven't extracted them correctly from the plant. They use cheaper methods of extraction.
yeah. So they put
And
impurities in there, right? Is that what?
that's right. And they may not be organically grown. So there's also, you've got pesticides and things in amongst it all. And
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
So,
That's really clarified that. So I was
hmm.
wondering about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use some other oils, but definitely not for this raindrop technique.
Technique. Yeah, beautiful.
So it was inspired by Native American belief that raindrops falling from a height may purify and cleanse the body and spirit. And because the essential oils easily penetrate the skin and muscles, the technique works on deep levels of the body without requiring hard pressure or force. The raindrop technique is conducted in silence, undistracted by sound and talking, and the recipient is able to sink into a deep state of relaxation and self-connection. And in this receptive state, inner shifts may more easily take place. So this can easily happen. Most people fall asleep. Some people, it takes about an hour, and some people wake and think only 10 minutes has gone by.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Pretty powerful.
So there's a bit more, but we won't go into all of
Yeah,
that. That's just
yeah.
how
So if
that's
anyone
done.
wants one of those raindrop techniques, Sandra Chapman's the lady to see. Comment below, and Sandra can organise that for you. I guess, right, Sandra?
Hmm.
You can have that for them. Do you? I'm just looking at the view now. Oh no, that's wrong. Yeah, we've got that one. Do you have a like a 30-minute chat or a consultation that you can offer the viewers that are watching that might actually want to get in touch with you?
Yes, yes. People are welcome to give me a call.
Mm-hmm.
I can. I have got a new number, which I can't remember what it is.
What if you drop the link in the chat?
Yeah.
This will be going into Resilient Female Leaders.
Okay.
Drop it into there, and that way we can, yeah, you can.
Maybe if you can email me, send me an email.
Yep. Okay. Have you got the email? Maybe you pop the email in.
There you go.
Okay, Sandra, thank you. Info at Sandra Chapman. Beautiful. I'll just copy that and keep it in case anyone is interested. I can share that in the link. Sandra, thank you.
Yes, and anyone is welcome to just email me to organise a time for a half-hour chat, and we can work out what would work best for them.
Yep, beautiful. So if you're a local, guys, get on in and yeah, have a one of those beautiful raindrop techniques. I'm just finding a place to add the email of yours, Sandy. Bear with me. Sorry.
That's okay. Now, homeopathic homeopathic consultations I can do via Zoom, so online.
Yep.
You don't have to actually come to the clinic for that.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful. So
I have some wonderful results with homeopathy. I had a client last week, and she was in tears and just over it. She'd broken her wrist, and she'd been 2 weeks. She'd been to the hospital, and they hadn't set it properly.
yeah.
And then she went to a specialist, and he just had to reoperate and put a plate and everything into it. Yeah, and she was just beside herself and in tears and didn't know what to do. And I gave her a remedy. I just said, look, here, take this, and let's see how it goes. And she came back a week later, and she says, oh, I meant to ring you. That remedy you gave me was amazing. She said I got off all of my painkillers. She could stop taking the painkillers. She felt 100% better because she was breaking down, crying.
Yeah.
So
pain does that to you, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, she was just beside herself with it, and this remedy just took that edge off her, and she was able to enjoy her life a bit better.
So, Sandra, I know that you're going out this evening to a networking event.
Yes.
Are you coming to my networking event next Tuesday night? I'm going to put that right on to you. We've got the amazing Jay Richters.
Oh, lovely Jay, yeah.
Yeah, so Jay's going to be at the Woombai Hotel with a couple of other people. We've got about 9 people coming. There's quite a few Mafians, so Sunshine Coast Mafians, which will be really nice to connect with them.
Oh, so it's not online, it's actually going to be
face to face.
Oh, so, fabulous.
Yeah, so I'd love you to come. Yeah, it would be a
What
great
date is that? Sorry?
Tuesday the 8th, so next Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Might not be able to.
Yeah. So we start at 5:30. 5:30 is like registration, and then we're just going to sit down, have a lovely meal, do a little bit of a chat, do a bit of networking, and really celebrate 2020 because it's been one of those years, but it'll be just a great opportunity. Jay's bringing a special guest, and I don't know who that guest is, so that's going to be a bit of a surprise. But what I did want to ask you about, Sandra, is where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Like, what is in the future for Sandra Chapman?
I think pretty much what I'm doing now, to be honest. I would have built my clinic up, and just having a very good balance in my life. I'm 62 years old now, so life's pretty good for me at the moment, and I think it's just maintaining that and hoping that all my kids are good and healthy and everything's okay with everybody.
no future plans to move somewhere isolated and get off the grid or anything crazy like that?
Not now. I used to. That was always my dream. Always my dream. A mud brick house and be off the grid totally. I've got a house down in Brisbane that's almost off grid, but it's tenanted because I'm up here.
Yeah. That's awesome. I've always wanted to have the brick house, not the brick house, the stone house off grid,
Oh, right.
the chimney, double
Yeah.
double story, so that you can get up in the attic in winter and, get, oh, yeah, really
Very nice.
beautiful.
Oh no, we're in a it's not a big house, but we're right on the water here, and you can walk to the beach. I mean, it's a half-hour walk to the beach, but through nice parkland, and
Parklands, yeah.
yeah. So I think
We're closer to the mountains, so
yeah, you're in a lovely spot too.
yeah.
That's for
All
sure.
right, so
Thank you.
everyone, thank you, Sandra, for being my guest. It was beautiful talking to you again. We haven't spoken since our last 3-day, I think, that we did together, where we were buddies. So it's lovely to hear, just how your business is going, and all the aspects of it, because I think that raindrop technique, I'll have to talk to you a little bit more about it with what I've got going on, but it sounds amazing. I think
It is, yeah.
for the busy people that are wanting something relaxing for during the festive break, just to treat
That's
themselves.
right. And it's not only relaxing just as a massage, because I mean I love a massage, anyone does, but you've got the benefit of those oils, and that's the therapy, the healing part.
Yeah.
Very
So
good.
thank you. Thanks for being my guest, and
Pleasure. And remind me about Tuesday night too. And
I will. All right.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.